So today question is, we start with that. What is testing? A software system as a testing we perform on the application, and as you familiar with with that, we are learning according to ISTQB syllabus. So software system are the integral part of our daily life. Most people have experience with the software that didn't work as expected. Software that does not work correctly can lead to many problems, including loss of money, time, business reputation, and extreme cases. In theory or that, software testing assists the software quality and help the reducing the risk software failure in operation. Software testing is a set of activities to discover defects and evaluate the quality of software artifacts. These artifacts, when begin tested, are known as software objects. A common misconception about testing is misconception about testing is that is only consist of executing tests, running the software and checking the test results. However, software testing also include other activities and must be aligned with the software development lifecycle. Another common misconception about testing is that testing focuses entirely on verifying the test object. While is testing involves the verification, checking whether the system meets specific requirement, it also involves the validation, which means checking whether the system meets user and other stakeholders need its operational environment. Testing may be dynamic or static. Dynamic testing involves the execution of software, while static testing does not. Static testing including the reviews and static analysis. Testing use the different type of test technique, test approaches, and drive test cases. Test is Testing is only not only technical activities, it also need to be properly planned, managed, estimated, monitored, and controlled. Testers use tools, but it's important to remember that the testing is largely analytically skills and apply like critical thinking and system thinking. Test objects. The typically test objects are evaluating work product such as requirement, user story, design, and codes, triggering failure and finding defects, ensuring the required coverage of test object, reducing the level or risk of inadequate software quality, verifying whether specified requirement has been fulfilled, verifying that the test object compile with contractual, legal, and regulatory requirement, providing the information is stakeholder to allow them to make informed decisions, building confidence in the quality of the test object, validating whether the test object is complete and work as expected by the stakeholder. So these are the test object why we are doing test and what the main focus or object to testing. So like triggering the failure, ensuring the coverage of test object, reducing the level of risk, verifying the whether specified requirement has been fulfilled, verifying that a test object compile with contractual, legal, and regulatory requirement, all those things. Validating whether the test object is complete and work as expected by the stakeholders. So objective of testing can vary depend upon the attack context, which include work product being tested, test level, risk, SDLC being followed, and factors related to the business context. So a lot of things in that concept. Testing and debugging. Testing and debugging are the separate testing can trigger the failure that are caused by defect in the software, can directly find defect in the test object is the static testing. When dynamic testing trigger a failure, debugging is the connected with the finding causes of this failure. Debugging is concerned with the finding the causes of failure. Let's suppose if you are debugging any code, so what you are doing, you are finding the root cause where the run is where the code is stopping or not executing, that case that like that. So typically debugging process in the failure, finding the root cause, analyze these causes and eliminating them. The typically debugging process in this case involve reproduction of a failure, diagnosis, finding the root cause, and fixing the cause. Subsequent confirmation testing check whether the fix involve resolve the problem. Subsequent confirmation testing check whether the fix is resolve the problem. Preferably, confirmation testing is done by same person who performed the initial test. Subsequent regression testing can also be performed to check whether fixes are causing failure in other part of the test object. When static testing identifies a defect, debugging is concerned with removing it. Simple. Static testing identifies a defect and debugging is concerned with removing it. There is no need for reproduction and diagnosis, since static testing directly find defect or cannot cause the failure. Why testing necessary? The testing is a form of quality control. Help is achieving the agreed upon goal within the set scope, time, quality, and budget constraint. Testing contribution to success should not be reconstructed to the test team activity. Any stakeholder can be their testing skills to bring the project closer to a success. Testing component system and associated documentation help to identify defect in software. Testing contribution to success. Testing provides a cost-effective means of detecting defects. These defects can then be removed by debugging a non-testing activity. So testing indirectly contributing to higher quality test object. Testing provides a mean of directly evaluating the quality of a test object at various stages of SDLC. These measures are used as part of the large project management activities, contributing to decision to move to the next stage of SDLC, such as a release decision. Testing provides user with indirect representation to the development project. Testers ensure that their understanding of the user need and considered throughout the development lifecycle. The alternative is to involve a representative set of users as part of the development project, which is not usually possible due to high cost and lack of availability of suitable users. Testing may also require to meet contractual or legal requirements or to compile a bit regularly standard. Testing and quality assurance. When people often term using testing and quality assurance interchangeably, testing and QA are not the same. Testing is form of the quality control. Quality control is the product oriented, and QA is the process oriented. Corrective approach that the QC is a product oriented corrective approach that focus on the activities supporting the achievement of appropriate level of quality. Testing is a major form of quality control, while other including formal methods, model checking, proof of correctness, simulation, and protective. But QA is the process oriented, preventing the approach that focus on the implementation improvement of the process, work on the basis that if good process is followed correctly, then it will generate a good product. QA applies to both the development testing process and is the responsibility to everyone on a project. Test results are used by QA and QC. QC they are used to fix defect fix the defect, while QA they will provide feedback on how well development and test process are performing. Thank you guys. So we are discussing today in this way. So QC is the product oriented corrective approach focus on these activities supportive and achievement appropriate level of quality, testing majority of the quality control, while others including the formal methods major form of quality control.